Hey team, it's Warwick here from Account Manager Tips, and I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Normally I want to talk about what to do, how to do it, and what you should be doing with your clients. But today I'm going to talk about 5 things every account manager needs to stop doing immediately and what to do instead. Want to know what they are? Buckle up because we're going to get right into it. All right, number 1 on the list of things of what not to do is to stop giving it away. Stop discounting. Have the confidence that the solution you're providing, the service that you're giving, and the impact that you're making is worth the price you're pitching at. Simple as that. Now, if you do need to start to negotiate on price, make sure that you get some concessions. It needs to be a negotiation. So if you are having to discount frequently used services, maybe you have to raise a price on less frequently used services. If you are looking at maybe a standard 1-year contract, maybe in exchange for lowering your prices, you ask for a 3-year contract or exclusivity as a supplier. There's lots of different ways that you can make concessions, make the contract still profitable, protect your margins, and still offer your clients some concessions around pricing. So think about that. Never just be a one-way, yeah, sure, I'll drop my pricing. All right, and number 2 on the list of things not to do is to stop modifying your terms. It becomes so complex if you have client by client, different KPIs, different SLAs, different terms, different termination agreements, different rollover agreements, different penalties and clauses. It becomes a minefield and actually really impossible for you to manage effectively the contracts. So where possible, make sure that you have very standard and consistent terms across all of your client agreements. If you must modify them, make sure you're very, very clear on the ones that you do not touch. Things like liability, things like term and termination, you want to make sure that they're there, and lots of other things as well. You talk to your legal team, obviously, but make sure that you're really, really clear that contracts are there for a reason and they need to be as standard as possible. Okay, number 3 on the list of things not to do is to modify your invoicing terms, right? Make sure that if your invoicing terms are plus 14, plus 30, plus 45, whatever they might be, make sure they're standard and that you don't compromise those, because it becomes a nightmare for your accounts receivable team, for your cash flow, for all sorts of things that can be impacted by modifying your invoice terms. And I'll give you a real example. I had a client that wanted to pay for their account management fees in arrears rather than in advance, which was the default that was set up in the system. So of course I said yes. I did a reminder for an annual manual invoice for their account management fees. And of course 1 year I forgot, and they owed us £20,000. That went on for a couple of years. Luckily, they were a client of mine still when I realized the error and I was able to get the money back. But if they had fled and gone to another competitor, I'd be having a tough time chasing that money. So some very big and real mistakes can be made if you mess around with your invoice terms. All right, so number 4 on the list is stop giving your clients multiple equally viable options and then letting them decide. Why? Because that eliminates you as the expert. All you're doing is presenting them a smorgasbord of options and then saying, you pick. You're deferring your expertise to them, right? So what you should be doing is having a very clear point of view, give them 2 options along with a recommendation, and that's it. So stop the multiple options. It might seem like you're being very flexible and very amenable and making their life easier, but what you're in fact doing is undermining your own expertise and kind of removing you as somebody that's integral to the decision of what choice they're going to make. Okay, simple. And number 5, lucky last, more of a difficult one, but stop letting your clients figure out all the problems for themselves and just come to you for the boring transactional stuff. You want to be part of the problem discovery. You want to go to them with things that they haven't considered themselves, because that is, again, reaffirming your expertise, making you an integral part of their decision-making cycle and their business processes, rather than them figuring it all out for themselves and then just barking orders at you. All right, so make sure you muscle in on that action as well. Quick recap. Number 1, don't discount. If you do, see what you can get in return for doing that. Number 2, don't muck around with your terms. They're there for a reason. Consistency is going to help you manage your clients so much better. Number 3, don't mess around with your invoicing. You'll cause so many problems for accounts receivable and yourself, and potentially, lose cash along the way. Number 4, don't present to your client multiple options and let them decide, because you're the expert. So have a point of view and get them the options 1 or 2, and then make your recommendations. Number 5, don't let your client figure it all out for themselves. Muscle in on that problem-solving action and make sure they're clear that you're part of this process as well, not just the person that runs the reports and sorts out issues and they can just crack the whip and button the orders out. Okay, what did I miss? Must be something else you think that account managers need to stop doing. Love to hear what they are. Let me know in the comments. And if you want to stay in touch, you can find me over at accountmanager.tips. You can also find me at Warwick A. Brown on the social media platform of your choice, or just hit me up on the hashtag AMTips. I'll find you. All right, bye for now.